Hi guys, my name is Grace and I'm doing an update reading for the Divine Masculines. And um I just feel a bit, bummed out. I've already recorded the whole reading and I'm almost finishing and my laptop turned off and it wasn't saved and I feel like that's already an hour of reading these cards, but let's do it again. Just sharing that, being truthful to you guys. Anyway, um, here we go. With the Ace of Swords here, um, this with the Divine Masculine's mental state at this moment, especially during this Mercury retrograde, I have here the Ace of Swords and the King of Wands. So, with the Ace of Swords here, I feel like they're thinking of winning, and I feel like winning. It's about winning their battle. They have this inner conflict within their mind, and they're trying to win that, and it's not easy. But yeah, they want to win that. They want to get to the truth. That's what they're thinking, and they're getting help by their angel from their angels and guides and the divine and God during that process. That's how their mental state is at the moment. So with the King of Wands in reverse here, I feel like they're having delays, and in regards to the divine feminines, um, I also feel like they want to have this integrity. They want to be a more honest person now with their feelings, especially. That's what they're thinking. And there have been delays, but also I feel like they're thinking of their divine feminines. I feel like they've been dreaming about their divine feminines, and also I feel like they're also daydreaming. It can also be about daydreaming. And with the King of Wands here, additional message that I've got. I'm so glad I've written that I channel messages through writing, because I have saved most of most of the messages here, and I've written about it here in my notebook. So anyway, additional messages for the King of Wands here. They're thinking about um they're thinking about the divine feminines and coming forward, and but it's being put on hold at the moment. So there's delay, but it's only for a good reason, and there's a purpose for that. I feel like they're taking a step back to reevaluate their goals and their expectations, especially towards this connection. And instead of aiming blindly at something far outside their reach, they're trying to construct a more realistic approach. Um, they want to come clean with the Ace of Swords here, and they're releasing the truth. And I feel like planning is still there in their mind. And with this planning, I feel like the energy that I'm getting here is that they're being burned out from it, and some divine masculines are overdoing it. I feel like most, and also I'm getting this impatient energy that it's taking too long. If you're impatient, then your divine masculines are getting impatient too. King of Wands. So now this is representing the divine masculine's current emotional state, and we have here the Ten of Wands and the Hangman in reverse, both in reverse. So with those, I feel like um their emotional state in regards to divine feminines, with the Ten of Wands here, I feel like they're saying it's not over yet. It's funny how the recent reading that I did, I've got the same card but in upright, and it's about completion. So now I feel like I'm getting a different message with it being reversed. They're saying with emotional in the emotional state it's not over yet, and I feel like I got a message straight from them to their divine feminines. They're saying I still love you, I still have feelings for you, even though it took me so long to realize that. That's why I don't usually get those things, but yeah, that's what I got. And also I feel like they're walking away from this hangman state. That's why it's upright, and they're healing their heart. This is about healing, and also whatever's blocking them, they're they're whatever's blocking them to receive love, um they're healing it. For example, for some divine masculines, it's anger, and I know for my divine masculine, specifically, he have some anger issues and suppressed anger. It's coming up as some passive aggressiveness, and also it could also come up as like this sudden outburst of emotions, like when you just explode and you just express the things that you want to, that your anger. And I feel like that's about we people are conditioned to not express anger, and as if it's not a natural thing to have. So I feel like that's really significant. Like from childhood we were told that when we say something, that when we say we hate something, that is rude, and it's not, like for example you say you hate your mom and you hate your dad, and um we were told that's not the right way to behave. So I feel like in that way most people anger is suppressed because, yeah, because they wanted to be loved and accepted, especially by their parents and people that are taking care of them from childhood. So to be able to cope with that, they just suppress the anger. And now what happened with most people, especially I feel like with the divine masculine here, that suppressed anger is like blocking their heart. That's how they cope with things. They just suppress the anger and they block their heart from receiving love, especially from their divine feminines. So now they're seeing that. Now they're realizing that. And I feel like this hangman here is about um the karmic relationship that they've had. Karmics can also be about other things, such as, for example, your negative relationship with things. For example, if divine masculine or even divine feminines, um, you think that with money, relationship with money, you always think that you are in the lack. So that's what's gonna manifest in your reality. So that's like a karmic behavior that keeps on happening. It's like a cycle, and yeah, unless you do something about it, it's not. It just keeps on happening and repeating. So now, with the hangman in reverse here, I read that it could also be about um, hanging on to a relationship that is not working, because you couldn't be bothered to either sort it out or get out of it. That's what I read. So I feel like this is relevant because it could be about a karmic relationship that most divine masculine had. And this being stuck in a relationship with karmics, they now seeing the pattern of their behavior. Like they've manifested this karmics in their life. And because for example they have low self-worth, that could be a root of that. And also because it wasn't healed, because I've also read that the Hangman Reverse is about like this one disastrous relationship to another, because of putting the blame on the other person instead of owning up to your fault. It has like this victim mentality. Also, I feel like the Ten of Wands in reverse here and the Hangman in reverse is about emotional inner conflict for divine masculines. So during this Mercury retrograde, I just really feel this energy, really sad energy from the divine masculines. And I've watched from some readers, they saying that most divine masculines are actually crying and are in that depressive state. So that's why this is coming up in this reading here. And so now mental conflict, but they're healing, they're getting to the root of it, and some emotional conflict as well. But the good thing is they're now facing it. Unlike before, I feel like they're trying to run away from it. So yeah, that's good for healing. So now, how they're viewing their divine feminines. We have here the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this is a bit confusing for me as well. But yeah, what I got from this is that because I feel like these cards are known to have like this negative reputation, but intuitively I've read that I feel like this is about divine masculines healing their manipulative behavior, their deceptive behavior, because this is about deception card, and it's coming up in reverse. So I feel like they're healing that, and because they want to come forward and be honest with the Ace of Swords card here, act with more integrity, say their true feelings, be honest with their feelings, and but because they came up with the question how are they seeing their divine feminines at this moment, I feel like they see their divine feminines are as a very honest person and someone's deserving of their trust. They might have left you in the past, intentionally or unintentionally, and they're feeling guilty about it. And because they were overwhelmed by this powerful connection that they've had with you. That's what I get. And also I got that they're viewing their divine feminines as a very giving person, open-minded and expressive, like most divine feminines express their dreams and their goals in the future to their divine masculines, and it might have overwhelmed most divine masculines in the past. So I feel like with these two cards here, it's more about their contemplating about their behaviors in the past, and that's in line with this. If they're in this like sad state but healing state, they're thinking about their past behaviors and how to change it, I feel. So with the Nine of Cups in reverse here, I feel like because it's a wish card but it's in reverse, I feel like this is wish unfulfilled. how they're viewing their divine feminine. When they're remembering their divine feminine, they they feel, it feels like with this card here, they're realizing they wasn't able to give back to their divine feminines in the past, because, and also they've been deceitful towards their divine feminine for some, and also because with the Seven of Swords here, and also I feel like if they've been also deceiving themselves and their true feelings. That's what they're realizing, and I feel like they are reflecting about these things, yeah, when they're remembering divine feminines, and they're also realizing that how they've taken their divine feminines for granted. That's how they're seeing their divine feminines at the moment. So now, how they're seeing this connection, this twin flame connection, we have a more positive card, Three of Wands, and the Sun card. So with these cards here, I feel like with how they see the connection with their divine feminine, a decision has been made with the Three of Wands here, and it is something that have provided or is providing them real happiness. Now that they've went within, they now can compare and see this connection. They're seeing it now. Yeah, they're just seeing this now, this connection now. And the divine masculine wants to move forward towards this connection, because it is also a moving forward card. And I feel like there's this determined energy with the Sun card here, combined with the Sun card here, and they're looking towards this bright future and lasting happiness. They're seeing now this connection that is offering them lasting happiness and not short-lived, like with most of the connections that they've had in their life. And they're just waiting for something, because as I feel like they say with this card, they're just waiting for the ship to come, and that vehicle, that vehicle, like, it could be financial for most divine masculines, as they really want to provide, they want to be able to build a stable foundation for themselves first. And also I feel like with the divine masculines, before they move forward, they need to heal some childhood issues first, with the Sun card here. So now we're going on to the fears of the divine masculines. And whenever I do the fears, whenever I ask fears, I get so many cards. Just too many fears. But I feel like this is divided into two different divine masculines. So just take however it resonates with you. Current situation. So with the King of Pentacles here and the Knight of Swords, these first divine masculines, their fears are they don't want to come forward swiftly like the Knight of Swords here, because they want to be ready and be balanced first with with the King of Pentacles here, because this is the most balanced person in the entire deck. I feel like they're having fears, like they're having fears that if they don't feel like they're ready to be like a family man, and be that father and husband and build that family. But although they want it, so it feels like the thing that they want the most is the thing that they fear the most. I feel like eventually they will transform to this King of Pentacles here, but maybe they're just thinking they are not ready for it yet. They're not ready for that kind of responsibility yet at this moment. They're just, being realistic. But they want to be this King of Pentacles. So, with I feel like with another set of divine masculines here, I've got the Four of Pentacles with the Hierophant here. So, I feel like this is them divine masculines holding on to their status in society, how they're being viewed by the outside world, and especially by family and close friends. Like I feel like it has been a huge part of their identity for the majority of their life. And also I feel like this is the divine feminine presenting their divine feminines in public. They're having fears about that too. And this could be about acceptance. They still have to heal this acceptance from the outside issue. And so this could also be about have them holding tight on the money financially, because they feel like they're not ready yet, but they're focusing on building this foundation. They're just having fears about that, focusing on building that foundation so that they have enough to marry the divine feminine, because this could be about a marriage card as well, the Hierophant. So yeah, take however it resonates with your situation. So now, what do you want to do about it? And we have here the Tower card and the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So first I'm gonna talk about the Tower card here, because I feel like this happens first for most divine masculines. So as I was saying from my past reading, I said something about shit is about to go down during this Mercury retrograde, and when I was saying that, I was imagining the Tower card and how things will fall apart and they might get into this depressive state, but it's all about for endings so that we can move forward to new beginnings. So when I saw this, I feel like this is like very in line with what's currently happening. I feel like it's currently happening because we're in the middle of this retrograde. And so things are currently falling apart for most divine masculines at the moment. And for the divine masculines, so it came up to what they want to do about their fears. So like what action they want to take. So for the divine masculines that don't want to budge, they will get that extra push to heal the fears. And some divine masculines, I'm getting like they're surrendering and jumping to the unknown willingly. And also dropping the ego debt for most divine masculines actually. So now what's going to happen next? So with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this is the energy of the divine feminines, and this is how they see the divine feminines. So the Queen of Pentacles here, the divine masculine, what they want to do about their fears, they want to move towards this, their mother of their children to be, or someone that they want to build a stable foundation with. And they want to transform to someone who will make a great husband with the King of Swords here. We want to embody this King of Swords energy. And I feel like divine masculine seeing their divine feminines as someone that they can trust their feelings, because King of Swords is someone that I feel like very discerning with people, and they only show their emotional softer side with someone that they trust, and I feel like that's the divine feminine. So they see the divine feminine also that someone that they can show their softer side, someone that sees the real them. And also the King of Swords here, they want to balance. They want to have this balance between their emotion and their intellect. And with the King of Swords here, I also got the message that the divine masculines feel like you and them makes a great team, and divine masculines think their divine feminines is their equal. And also this is also about divine masculines using both their intuition and logic or intellect together. Like as I was saying, there's a balance between emotion and intellect. So with the Two of Wands here in reverse, I've read that, very interesting, I've read that this is about, like intuitively, I feel like this is decision making is finished. And divine masculine, I've read that this is about wanting the relationship to deepen and become even more committed. So I feel like divine masculines want to deepen this relationship, wants to have this commitment with their divine feminines. So yeah, very interesting. And also I've noticed the 11, because this is like 11 with the ones here, and very interesting because it came up right under the Hierophant here with the pillars here as the 11 as well. So I feel like that's just signaling this union. Also, while I was because I was thinking about unions, and while I was shuffling these cards, when I cut the card, I saw 10 of Cups, and I shuffled it, and then I cut it again, and I saw 10 of Pentacles, and it remained on the bottom. And I feel like unions is apparent for some people, and also with the meaning of the Two of Wands here in reverse, this could also be about new relationship. So I feel like this is about the reunion, and it is about new relationship likely to begin soon. How soon? It depends on your current, where you're at in this twin flame connection, twin flame relationship, but it's soon. And so now, also I notice we have here the two counterparts, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, although it came up with the fears. And with that, whenever I see two counterparts within a spread, I always feel that they have this soulmate, twin flame, soul connection. And I feel like for this spread, this could also be signaling union. So yeah. So now, I feel like the current themes within this, currently at the moment, I've got like channeled message even before I did this reading about karmic endings, about letting go, and about intuition. So it's very interesting how the cards here are just um, very on point. Anyway, I'll talk about more about that because I wrote about it on my phone. So I'll just relay that message as I go along. So these two cards here are the message for the person that's watching this reading. Whether you're the divine masculine watching this or you're the divine feminines. I feel like most are divine feminines anyway. So I have here the card entrepreneur. So with entrepreneur card here, the message is self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. So I feel like this is related to the guidance that I relayed on my last reading about the creative project, about following the creative project, and that could be about career and business as well because this card is entrepreneur. So I feel like the message here is if you're having that new passion or idea, what you're being guided to do, whatever that is, I feel like that it's related to being in service, and that will help you reunite with your twin. It might seem that you're like going away from your divine masculine because you're not focusing on that. You're focusing more this about focusing more on yourself and your passions and what makes you happy. And but it's moving you closer towards union. And because I feel like with this twin flame journey especially, we have our own individual mission and we have a joint mission with our divine counterpart when we come into union. So I feel like you are being guided to do what is it that you feel guided you feel guided to do. And I feel like when you are on that purpose, when you are on the right path, abundance will follow. Do it with the intentions. Yeah. Something that it's something that lights the fire within you. Because with the fire here, and also like for example, for me, I got this card when I was just starting this with this channel, and I feel like it's just a reassurance from angels and guides that I'm on the right path and this will give me abundance and as well as being of service to others, and also they're my co-workers and teammates. This also reminding you that yeah, you will be guided on this. All you have to do is ask for help whenever you need it, and all you have to do is begin. Just begin. Okay, so with the time to go card here, the message here is the sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. So, what I got from this card, I feel like this is about related to what channel message that I got. It's about letting go, and it's also about letting go to be able to move from the endings to the new beginnings. And I feel like if this is a message for you, you need to focus on yourself with the entrepreneur card here and serving your purpose. And don't worry, because you will be well provided. And it could also be about you resisting the endings. Because I know for myself, I get that a lot too. That I still am resisting the endings. But yeah, I'm trying to work on that. And also, not all endings are bad. This is just reminding you, not all endings are bad, and is needed for transformation, growth, and change. So I feel like with the message that I got, so I'm just gonna read that to you. What I got from letting go that I feel like I need to remind, that's relevant to this reading, and with the time to go card here, endings and beginnings. Letting go is still a big thing, and if you are being guided to do that, it doesn't mean that you have to stop loving the person, your divine masculine. And I feel like that's the wrong idea with the letting go. Letting go, I feel like most people, when they say letting go, it's like moving on and like, stopping altogether. But if you're guided to do that, I don't know. If you're guided to do that, then yeah, it might be a message for you that you need to let go, in the way that you need to step away from focusing on this and focusing on your divine masculines. At the moment, focus on yourself with the message here. And the physical separation is just an illusion. Only love is real. Letting go just means pulling away your energy from them to get back into balance. Most divine feminines have been doing the giving too much, in a sense. If you are not treated the way you thought you deserve by your divine masculine or other people, it's because you didn't stand your ground and treat yourself in the way you deserve. Respect your own boundaries so that people respect your own space. Doesn't matter if they're your divine masculine, doesn't mean they get a free pass. If you have been getting crumbs especially from your divine masculines, it's because you are letting it. You're not helping your divine masculine heal by doing that. They think you were always going to be there for them anytime. And yes, we will always be. But we won't let ourselves be treated like shit. And like with a personal experience also, I when I talked to my divine masculine, I think last February, I know how much I wanted to keep talking to him, but I sense that it's not yet the right time and he's not willing to open up yet. And I wanted so badly to keep talking, but I pulled myself away and pulled my energy, regained my power, because I realized that I myself is not healed yet with attachment issues. I'm still getting triggered. So, yeah, that's how I feel I tried to let go. And I realize now I might have experienced that to also be able to tell you and relate that to you. And maybe that's why they say a heart grows fonder. What's that quote? Again, like about distance makes a heart grow fonder. Yeah, I think that's the one. And they may have to learn it that way, the hard way. And I know as a divine feminine why it's so hard for us to let go is because we have so much fear that they're gonna forget us. That it's something like ingrained, um it's something ingrained on us, and I feel like it's a karmic lesson for most. That's what I got. And also I know for a fact for myself, I found out about it during past life regression, that my husband, which is I believe my twin in that lifetime, abandoned me. And I believe he died, or he, he simply did not come back. But I feel like he died. And now I know that the message is, I feel like if they're your real twin, um, trust me, and the fact that you're not able to forget them, they feel the same way towards you too. They won't ever forget you. So yeah, that's the message. Like from on the on this letting go. Like whoa. Okay. So I have two more here. I feel like I need to tell you about the karmic endings as well. So I'm just gonna do it now. Before I get on to these two more cards, specifically healing for divine feminine, so just bear with me. I know this will be relevant, so if you want to keep watching, just keep watching. So with the karmic endings, what I got is karmic endings is happening, and I feel like it already happened since the December. Like even though they're still physically with their karmics, they realize there's no love there. It just, like the spark, that the attraction that they've had in the start of the relationship is gone. And apparently, it's very interesting. My own personal, I'm guided to share my own personal experience. So, apparently, my divine masculine almost broke up with his karmic last December, and he is so up in his feels that same day. And it's so interesting because that same day is our supposed to be anniversary, and we're supposed to be 7 years already. We're supposed to be already, yeah, celebrating your 7 years. But of course, that did not happen with the separation and all the things. But it's not like I've been following within those 7 years. I'm not awakened with this twin flame thing. So I feel like that helped because I was able to focus with my own life and my own healing. And I've only been awakened, I think 2 years ago when I found out about this twin flame connection, and actively following, confirming for sure that he's my divine masculine is last November 2017, so not too long ago. That's why, yeah, even though it's 7 years already, we've known each other. And so, anyway, I was just so sad that day, and he's so up in his feels as well. So, with the karmic endings, it doesn't mean that we should be focusing on them and those always looking at whether, did my divine masculine broke up with this karmic already or not. And I know how it feels. And me, personally, I stopped watching those kind of videos because personally it's just giving me negative feelings. And I feel like if you're guided to not watch it, then don't focus on that. But sometimes I know it comes up with the within a reading, and I watch it, and I know, and I trust that. Now I trust that whenever I get an information about my karmics, my divine masculine's karmic, then I it means that it's the information that I need to know at that certain point of time. I don't like, I try to not obsess about it anymore. And I feel like that helped a lot. So yeah, I'm just sharing that on you. I feel guided to share that on you. And also, trust your masculine, trust your divine masculine to let him do his thing. I know how hard it is to do that. They um they are gonna get a push. I feel like I've watched that this reader is saying about that their divine masculines are already on the edge of the cliff, and they're just gonna get a push within this period, especially within this Mercury retrograde, and they're there for with the karmic's relevance to divine masculine's life. They're there for divine masculines to help them heal codependent behavior. Ironic because it is a um, codependent relationship. So yeah, not to compare it with our connection with them, but sometimes they have to experience the worst and keep on experiencing that, because that's how they'll know and feel, and that's how they feel the difference of our kind of connection that we have with them by being with the connection with the karmics, being connected with karmics. And with the awakenings that is happening to the divine masculines, they are now realizing how they've manifested this person in their life, as I was saying within this reading. And because if they're not healed yet, they're going to attract the same kind of people. They will not be able to tolerate us divine feminines, especially if we are vibrating high. They have to heal to be able to raise their own energies and line up with us. And as well as we have to, especially if we awaken first. Doesn't matter if you're the divine feminine or you're the divine masculine. If you awaken first, you have to, now that you know this, you have to do your part and stay on that high vibration. So yeah. And also, it's a breakthrough for me. I'm being guided to share this. A breakthrough for me when I noticed that my divine masculine is having some manipulative behavior. When I stopped looking at his mistakes and I focus on myself, and I found out that I have the same manipulative issue too, in a different way, just in a different way. And you might be wondering how. And I've been passive almost most of my life. I have been too nice and almost a doormat, and I know that's really bad, but I didn't really knew better before. And I realized that being too nice, having that too nice persona, is my way of being manipulative, because you wouldn't want to hurt a nice person, a really really nice person, because you'll feel guilty. And I feel like that's how I been manipulative and getting what I want, and what I need from other people. And I'm still, still healing, still working on that and expressing my needs more. And I feel like that's very important. So now I've said two of those. Now we'll get to the intuition one. And I know it's a very big thing as well. So anyway, it came up in the reading. So when I saw this card, there's two cards here, seeing and action, are the two cards specifically for divine feminines. What do they need to heal within this week to be able to move closer to union? Because we can only do our own part. We can't do the divine masculine's part. It's their own job. So for us, And it's interesting how it came up in reverse as well. I don't do this cards reverse. So when I got this card, this intuition card, I feel like this is about perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. So when I saw this card, I know it's about connected to the channel message that I got with the intuition one, and um, the message is intuition. It's very big. Intuition is very. I've written here for some reason. Intuition is very big, and that's why you need to heal it first. The twin flame journey is all about trusting on not what you see, but what you feel. If you happen to know about twin flames, and you know in yourself that you are one, then you will be reunited in this lifetime, unless you choose to not want it. But it's like a soul calling. The more you step away from it, the more it doesn't feel right. However, the more you obsess and become too attached with the idea, that's not good also. Trust in divine timing. The more you heal, the more your divine masculine heal. If you keep looking at your divine masculine and blaming him why he's not healing, he's only projecting the unhealed parts of you. Yeah, it most probably related to the blaming issues. You need to heal that. And close your physical eyes and what you see in the 3D, and only visualize what you want to see. People are so discouraged to do that. Even with meditation, somehow this has got this like bad reputation within the society that only monks do that, and people like to label things they don't understand to make sense. Even us label this journey as twin flames. It's not all bad, it's only in order for our mind to process things, such as these things, this journey. And so don't be so affected by what people will say. Because for me personally, I get it a lot. Some people are just concerned, but the fact that trusting my intuition worked better for me and helped me transform myself and my life is a good enough reason to choose to follow my instincts even if it's against the status quo. And I feel like it might be resonating for some people too. And remember that all those are illusions anyway. And also, I believe that there is really no absolute truth for everybody. You feel and choose your own personal truth. You will just know only if you look within. So it's not other people's business to tell us what we should or we should not be doing, especially if it's coming from a place of insecurity or fear and vice versa. And you'll know that and you'll feel that if you're healed and you're healed and clear. That's why it's important to heal and clear, so that you will be able to follow your intuition more. You'll know that through your intuition. You feel that if they're just coming from fear and insecurity. That's why they're telling you, like, for example, this twin flame journey is not true. Because I feel like us will be challenged with our own beliefs. So within these coming weeks, and I've watched it from another reader as well. So, and also like it's like this 6 and 9, like on my end I might be seeing it as 6, and on the other end the other person is saying it as 9, but it doesn't mean that that other person can tell me that it's not true because I'm saying it as 6 on my end, and I can't tell the other person that they're not saying the truth because they're seeing 9. So it's all about your own personal truth and what resonates with you. You can't tell the other person that you just can't convince another person, especially if they're not awakened yet to this, that about this twin flame journey. And I know I personally, for me, I have created some discord with my close friends, but we've just sort of, I'm still healing with that, but we've just sort of like agreed to disagree. But so yeah, also what I got, channel message I got, there's nothing wrong with getting advice, and you should actually get them. And like for me, personally, I've been feeling sad for a while, and then I've been feeling lost and disconnected spiritually, and then what I did is just I asked my angels, and eventually I just happened to find this something. I happened to find this article, and it just motivated me so much that it has like awakened me more. So whenever you feel you're disconnected, you can get, don't be afraid to get advice from people or your angels and guides. So also your intuition, with the saying card here, your intuition will tell you whether you should be listening to it or not. Whenever you get advice, your intuition will be able to tell you if you should listen to that advice or not. And we question things in our head all the time, and yes, that's healthy too in right amounts. Heal and purge, that's how you clear. When you clear spiritually, it will be easier to discern whether it's your intuition or it's just your ego with some defense mechanism. It's all about self-mastery. So I know that's long, and I hope you've gained something out of it. That's just the channeled message that I got within this week. And I'm guided to tell that about, relay that message during this reading. So now the final card. I know this is already 58 minutes, but what you need to heal, we have here the action card. And what I got for that is you divine feminines are holding the light. Look at how she have a string there that's connected to this light here. And I feel like what I got from this intuitively, it serves as a guide for the divine masculine, so keep that light burning. And it's like what I saw is like a ship. It's like this light is like, you know how the lighthouse is guiding the ship towards a destination. So it's like that. Some divine feminines is not seeing that they hold the light. So straight from the book, it says that it is all about base chakra healing. This is about I think this is about your third eye chakra, because it's seeing and it's about intuition. So with the action here, straight from the book, it says, listen to the call of your inner rhythms and take bold action in the direction of your dreams today. I feel like this is very much connected to the entrepreneur card here. So, another message is follow um, follow the rhythm that comes from within. Also with the intuition here. Our actions often are often inconsistent and postponed or not aligned with our goals. So I know that's very true personally for me because I often procrastinate. So I feel like there's a message for you too. And especially if, example, if you want something to be done but you are procrastinating. Don't wait for things to happen. Start doing, and the music will rise up to meet you. All you have to do is begin. Just begin. That's the message here. And I feel like it's related to this. Just begin. Whatever that is. You also need once you've begin that something, you have to have consistent actions towards it. Consistent actions are needed. And I feel like it's also related to if you're trying to manifest this union, manifestation of this union and healing, you need to be consistent with it. Like for example, you know that meditation. For example, meditation helps you as part of living life with mindfulness. It helps you clear your mind, stay in its high vibration, but you are not taking conscious actions to do it. Then, you should take action. And that will help you see the results that you want. So, that's just the message and guidance that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. All my details are down below. If you want a personal reading for me, I do the same format because this is a very general one. That's if you want a personal one. And I hope this helped you. And love and light.